Iris Rug Gallery liquidation sale going on now where you'll save 60 to 70% on every rug in stock. For more information, call them at 629-3200. That's 629-3200.
This is the time of year to count our blessings and to give thanks. And at Palm Garden, we're thankful for a lot. We're thankful to work in a place that shows such kindness and caring to people who need our services. We're thankful for the opportunity to learn life stories and celebrate them. Most of all, we're thankful for our precious guests and residents. Unique, different, special, elite. We are Palm Garden.
America's built and based on liberties and freedoms. Liberty HealthShare brings that to healthcare. The liberty of choosing your own doctor. The liberty of choosing your own hospital. Liberty HealthShare makes healthcare affordable to millions of Americans. Light your liberty, starting at $199 for a single, $399 for a couple. And no matter how big the family, only $529. That's $529 for the entire family. To find out how you can save, go to lightyourliberty.com. That's lightyourliberty.com.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. It doesn't get any more beautiful than this, but it's a little cool, I guess. It depends on how easily you get cold. 47 degrees right now. 75, however, will be the high today, so it'll warm up. And then tonight, dropping back to 47. Tomorrow, 77 is the high. 54 is the low tomorrow night. Saturday and Sunday are like night and day. 80 degrees is the high on Saturday. 67 is the high on Sunday. So a little bit of warming and then cooling down again. It looks like there's rain mentioned for the overnight between Saturday and Sunday, and that rain ushers in some cool temperatures, but it never really gets really cold. I think the coolest I see was 44, and it's 47 right now, so it's not that cold. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Hey, Galen, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are you?
We're good. Robin is not here yet, but she will be here soon. So you got dry toast today.
Well, sometimes it's at least you're fed, right?
There you go. At least you're fed. Where are you right now?
I'm in Ocala today.
Oh, okay.
There's some stuff going on in Ocala, so yeah.
So there was an article this morning talking about the guy who brought the Orlando Magic to Orlando. That same guy wants to bring a baseball team to Orlando. What do you think? Have you heard that?
Yeah. There's talk. They're called the Dreamers, and it may be the ugliest minor league baseball logo.
What?
In the history of logos.
Oh, they have a logo already?
Yeah. They had a press conference and everything yesterday or the day before, I think.
Oh, no.
But, when you think about minor league team mascots, they're usually really incredible. And this is just really, really bad. We'll see. Pat does a wonderful job. He helped bring the Orlando Magic, and he's been a part of the sporting world in Orlando for a very, very long time. So I'm sure he'll fix it, but the initial logo is terrible.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I've interviewed him before. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know him. It's not. He wouldn't know who I was.
I'm looking at it.
I met him.
Why do you not like this logo? I think it looks nice.
Because it's and this is going to be funny, but it was basically made for retirees and boomers, and that's going to be their target audience because that's the basically target audience for most minor league teams. And
I thought this was Major League.
It's a completely different strategy. So,
Galen, I thought this was Major League.
No.
Are you sure?
No. They're called the Dreamers.
Right.
He wants to. They're even talking about potentially moving the Rays to Orlando. Neither one of those things is going to happen. This is just a minor league ball club. It's going to be independent, as they don't have an affiliation as of yet. So until they do that, we're not even sure what level minor league it's going to be.
Okay. Well, let me find it. I thought it said Major League on my story.
It's not. They want a major league, but they're not going to be major league. It'll be a minor league team, which will be. They're hoping to get a major league team to put a minor league team in Orlando.
All right, this is maybe a dumb question, but that wouldn't surprise anybody, especially if we're talking sports. Do all major league teams start out as minor league teams?
No. It's not the way it works. No.
Gosh, I don't even know where that story went. I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it says Major League.
It's not. Now, they made a pitch to bring Major League Baseball. That's not going to happen, though. The best chance is to be a minor league team. So
all right.
That's what will happen.
I have here something kind of related to that. Well, it's actually because of that I looked it up. There are, and I'm sure you know this, some tours. You can take, like, baseball tours. Have you ever heard of this?
There's a lot of different tours. Which one?
Well, this is called Triple Crown Travel. And I looked up the prices. I don't have the exact figures, but it's between $1,500 and $2,500. It's like between, it's per person, by the way. And here I have the tours for 2020. They've already got them lined up, and of course their website says you got to hurry because they're going quick, which I guess they are. But I've never heard of anybody doing this. You know who I heard doing this? It was a story we had about a guy who he and his friend used to go to ballparks all the time. And when the friend died, they had an agreement that whoever died first, the other one would take the cremated remains and flush a teaspoon of ash down a toilet in each stadium. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny story.
Yeah.
So they were on a tour, a baseball tour, but I think they were just doing it themselves. So, all right. So listen to this. Let's see the Atlanta to Texas Southeast Swing Baseball Tour. It goes. Let's see. Arizona Diamond. Oh, it lists the names. Arizona Diamondbacks and Atlanta Braves at SunTrust Park. That's on April 21st, and then on the 22nd, you go to Montgomery Riverwalk Stadium. And then after that, you go to New Orleans. It says free evening. I guess you don't play there or watch a game. And then the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros at Minute Maid Park. This would be a dream kind of a tour for somebody who loves baseball.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one it was, but they have all kinds. You can go to, like, all the minor league parks in the Southern Division, or all the AAA ballparks. They have one where you can go to every major league ballpark. That's been a part. Yeah, that's part of baseball. If you're a true baseball fan, you want to go and try to see every team in as many parks as you possibly can.
The one with your team, the one with your team on it, starts June 26th, and it's the St. Louis Cardinals versus Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a great game just because of the two great teams, well-run organizations.
Yeah, it says East Coast Hall of Fame Baseball Tour. Oh, that's the Hall of Fame Baseball Tour. You don't really get far away from the Northeast. New York City, Philadelphia, Boston. It stays around that. It doesn't really go very far. You could just drive.
It's easiest to travel. You can travel by train. You can go see a lot of games in a short amount of time. The hard part is when you get to the Midwest, when you're trying to go to Chicago, all the way to, say, Colorado, right, where the Rockies play. That's where it gets tough. And then you got to go from Colorado to Seattle or to California, and then you got to come back down through Texas and all that. So it looks really easy on paper until you realize how much time it is. There's a bunch of people that have done it where they've driven in their car for one summer and gone to like 30 ballparks in like 45 days. It's possible. It's just a lot of effort. So
I'm just curious if you will defend what I'm about to say or be on the same side of those people who are saying this. Those people who are opposed to the baseball, it says Major League Baseball in the article. So it says those people who are opposed to it are saying that Orlando is a tourist town and it will not be able to support Major League Baseball. Because every tourist has his or her own team that they support. They won't be supporting the local team because there aren't really that many people who call Orlando home. Is there a defense to that? I feel like there's enough people to call it home.
The problem is baseball in Florida just hasn't worked. historically, it just hasn't worked. Because if you now, I think part of the problem in Tampa is that facility and where it's located. It's very difficult to get to. The Florida Marlins is a little different situation. They've just been a poor-run organization. But there's no evidence. There's no. I don't think there's any belief whatsoever that the state of Florida could support another Major League Baseball team. There's just no evidence for that. Spring training's always been huge for the state of Florida, but that's because people come down for a week. They can go to the beach. It's in the spring, and people are getting away from the people from the Northeast are treating it like a vacation, and then they add in a game. There's just not enough. I don't think there's enough to support another Major League Baseball team. Now, moving the Rays to Orlando is kind of interesting. I don't know how plausible that is because there's no stadium, right? There's no Major League Baseball stadium that they could move into. And then the question is, and one of the things the Dreamers want to do is they want to build it, and then they will come attitude. And that's what Tampa did. And it took them 25 years before they got a professional baseball team. And by the time they moved in, they were in the worst ballpark in baseball. So I think Pat Williams, I think he is a visionary in a lot of ways, but I just don't see it. I don't see how you can get enough fans to make it happen.
Okay, going back to your comment about the Orlando Dreamers logo. Well, you're not alone. Let's see. Here's what people are saying. This looks like a logo from a 1991 Disney movie.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay.
It's a terrible logo. You can't look at that logo and go, wow, that is cool. I mean, when you compare it to some of the other logos that are out there, I mean, it's terrible. It's a weak knockoff of like Fields of Dreams, I guess. It's literally looks like clip art. So
that's what I heard. That's what somebody else wrote. Yeah, it says this is a real life version of the Portlandia baseball episode, whatever that is. Let's see.
That's fine.
Original NES. What is that, like Nintendo Entertainment? So that's what NES. Okay, unlicensed game ass name and logo. Okay. Everyone is making fun of this logo, but you have to understand they're doing the absolute best they can in Orlando. Here's somebody defending it. The baseball logo.
I think they're being snarky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The baseball logo I would design if I was an alien and gave my best attempt to convince people I'm human.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible logo. I saw a bunch of people like, wow, they're really targeting the villages.
Oh, really?
Funny.
Well, maybe that's why
they're targeting the boomers. They're going after the villages.
Gotcha. Okay, so maybe that's why it doesn't look that bad to me. In other words, what you're saying is the older of us won't find anything wrong with it. But
that's what I found. Yeah.
Okay, so younger people, yourself in that group too, you're just don't think it's good at all.
No, it's terrible. Nobody's going to buy the merchandise for that logo.
All right, tell me.
It's terrible.
Let me look up one that does suit your taste. Tell me the logo.
Look at the team in Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. You look at something like that, or what's another one? Even the Montgomery Biscuits is better than that. So.
What, the Jumbo Shrimp? Oh my gosh, that's a crazy. That says it's supposed to look like Florida.
No, it's a shrimp.
No, it's a shrimp that looks like it's based on the shape of Florida.
Yeah. But at least it's got better color, and it again, you wouldn't like it. It's not for, Jack.
I don't know.
Are targeting a younger crowd.
Wow. All right, give me another one to look at.
The Montgomery Biscuits.
Montgomery Biscuits. All right, hold on. This is kind of funny. Montgomery Biscuits. Here we go. Montgomery Biscuits logo. Let's see what this looks like.
And that one's targeting kids very specifically.
Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't look. All it is the word Montgomery biscuits, and in the B is a guy that's a biscuit man.
Yep.
That's it. 2 eyes. He looks like it's a takeoff of Cookie Monster.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they're targeting younger people. Absolutely. Yeah, and you gotta remember the purpose of the logo in baseball.
Oh my
is to
gosh!
sell.
Really? You think this is good?
It's
Okay,
to
so you think this is good? This Montgomery biscuits, and you do not think the Orlando one is good, and the reason for that is because of your age. That's what you're telling me?
No, I just think the Dreamer logo is got no imagination. It was, if you've ever done any, how would you sell that logo? How are you going to put that logo on a T-shirt?
Easy.
Or a hat?
Just put it on a shirt.
Not at all.
Why not?
It's terrible.
Oh no, it would fit.
It's terrible.
Right.
I can't believe I finally found somebody to defend this.
I'm not really. Hey, look,
terrible.
I'm not really defending it. What I'm trying to say is that it's really not that different from the biscuits, or the shrimpy one. It is not. Do you know who had a good logo and then they gave it up? Was the Milwaukee Brewers. That one that looked like a baseball mitt. That was a cool logo.
Well, they use it sometimes.
Well, they should.
It's not completely gone.
Really?
So yeah, it's not completely gone. Again, it's a logo, so everybody's going to have an opinion. That is it. I mean, literally, that whoever did that drew that up in about 4.5 minutes.
Well, okay.
Said, let's go.
To defend what you said and what some of the other people are saying on Twitter, it does look like clip art. That is true, and it's also true that there is nothing creative about it. I get what you're saying about the biscuit guy. At least there was some creativity in there. And P.S. I love my biscuit with butter on it, and that's what they got on this guy. But I don't know. So like the Boston Red Sox, they have a really good logo. So that's a good example, right? But why do we think it's good? Is it because it's been around for so long?
Well, that's a more traditional logo, and that's a major league team. But if you look at minor league, if you look at like you got to go to like AA or even independent.
Right.
If you look at like the what's that team called? Because I used to collect these shirts or these hats. There's a bunch of them, like the Burham Bulls. Oh, I bought the River Cats. Look at the river. Just Google the River Cats. I think that's an interesting logo.
All right.
And it's gone through several changes, and they try them all the time. The other one is the team in Reading, Pennsylvania. They've got a cool one.
What was the one you said? River Cats?
Yeah, the River Cats.
River Cats logo.
They're in California. I can't remember for where exactly, if they're in
River Cats logo.
Long Beach or...
Okay, well that's kind of a powerful one because you got the cat looks like he's roaring, and I can see that.
If you look at the Southern League's had a bunch of logos that are pretty cool.
Okay.
So the Southern League made minor league baseball.
Okay, so
there's a bunch of cool logos in there.
When I do this, Galen, and you know more about sports than me, but I'm just looking at the news, and every single person is saying major league. They're not saying minor league for this team.
Well, they want to bring Major League Baseball, but it's just never going to happen, right? So here's what's happening. So Tampa has been trying to get a new stadium funded for the last 5 years, right? Really goes back longer than that.
Right.
They put together, 10, 15 different proposals, and they've all been denied either by the city of Tampa, the city of St. Pete, or Major League Baseball. So the last one, they were going to move near Ybor City, and that just completely fell apart.
Yeah,
and at
I remember that one. Yeah.
At that point, Major League Baseball said, I don't know how any of this is viable. And so now they're talking about having a team like the Rays that have I think it's the second worst attendance in baseball behind the Miami Marlins, which averages about 10,000. They're talking about doing half the games in Tampa and half the games in Montreal. So they would have 2 homes. That's actually an idea that's really being floated around. I really believe that if they don't get a stadium, that the Rays will leave Tampa.
Okay, hold on. Would you put that on pause?
And then they'll just literally blow up that horrific baseball stadium, which would be just fine.
So I just want to go back to the Montreal. So my question is, and again, everybody knows I don't know anything about this stuff, but it sounds like Montreal has no major league team?
No, they left. They became the Washington team, the Generals.
Why? I mean, why did
the Nationals? I mean,
that they didn't just lose it to another city; they lost it to another country.
About 5 different reasons. One is they didn't get a new ballpark. Montreal at the time was their stadium and their revenue was so low that they were treated almost like a minor league baseball team. So they had all this talent. They're kind of like what the Rays are now. They have great talent, but they can't afford to keep it. And so because of that, they're always trying to go younger, and the fans just got sick of it. And then they couldn't get a new ballpark. And then the second, you got to remember that sports is always about money. So the second that Montreal couldn't get funding, Tampa came out and said, hey, we'll make this really sweet deal. Bring your team here. Or I'm sorry, the Washington Nationals did that.
Okay.
And so they moved to Washington. That's it in a nutshell.
All right, so here's another quote from the guy, Pat. What's his name? Pat Williams? And they're making fun of this quote, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to tell you what it says. He says, this market is different, talking about Orlando, because of the huge influx of tourists. Orlando could draw 3 million fans and could be one of the best markets in the country. That's Pat Williams' quote. And if you look on Twitter, they're all making fun of it. Well, not everybody. There's a few people defending it.
Well, the logo didn't help. I mean, honestly, the logo didn't help. Because you got to remember, the internet, and especially, the social media side outside of Facebook is run by younger people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the boomers all go to Facebook. So, my son told me, okay, boomer, the other day. I'm like, look, I'm a millennial. I'm a Gen Xer, and I hate both of you. I hate the millennials and I hate boomers.
Oh, no.
So to me, you're the cause of all the problems between you two. If Gen Xers could just get in charge, we'd fix this stuff. But again, it's not going to happen. I think it's a press conference. There's a lot of press conferences that don't happen.
Is this guy
one of them.
Is this guy a gazillionaire? It says here they don't even have any land yet. They don't even have any land.
No, they have nothing. What he did is he created a really horrific logo, put it on a sign, printed like 5 T-shirts,
all right.
And because he's Pat Williams and people respect him, he got a press conference. You and I could have drawn this up on a napkin and it would have been more in depth. So, I don't even know if they have a website yet. It's a pipe dream.
I think they do have I think I did see a website.
Well, there you go.
So let me ask you this. Was the Orlando Magic idea hated when it was first proposed by the same guy?
No. Because at the time there was no major league sports in Orlando or in Tampa, right? So the Magic predate the Lightning, the Magic predate the Rays, and there was no major league sports team. Predates the Jaguars. In order to watch basketball, you had to go to Atlanta. And then the Heat and the Magic came in at about the same time, and there you go. And now it's, pretty popular.
See, now, so, and from the outside looking in, and I guess that's how I look at this particular story, I thought this was going to be something you would be very excited about. Orlando getting a Major League Baseball team.
It's not going to happen.
So you don't think it's going to happen. You don't like the logo.
It's not going to happen.
You don't think it's even Major League. You think it's minor league.
If they're going to, they're not getting a Major League Baseball team. I'll put that out there. I will be 97 before Orlando gets a Major League Baseball team.
Well,
Major League Baseball has no interest in expanding into the Florida market. It's already failed twice. If anything, they're looking at Nashville to put in a team. They're also looking at Vegas as putting in a team.
Hard to believe Nashville has no
moving
team.
into Montreal, but not in Orlando.
Wow.
But everybody is waiting to see how two things happen in Vegas. One, if the NHL can continue to be successful in Vegas, and two, if the NFL is successful in Vegas. That's the big question.
Hey, I never thought I'd have a conversation about sports at this length with you before. Well, only because I knew a little bit about this particular story. All right, tell me, how is the blood supply? Where's the blood mobile? And thank you, Palm Garden and Penn Flowing. The ladies from Palm Garden came in yesterday, by the way, recorded a new Christmas ad, which won't debut until Black Friday. So just so you know. It's in the can, though, ready to go. Beautiful. Tell me about the blood supply.
Yeah, right now we're still at that 4-day blood supply. Our usage for O negative is skyrocketing. The way they're using it, and when you see these freestanding, what they call EDs or emergency departments, where they're on the side of the road, HCA is building them like crazy. They just put one on Mary Camp. They have one out on Summerfield. Each one of those facilities carries blood, and they carry O negative blood so that they can be transfused in an emergency right away. And that right there is having a huge impact on our blood supply. So in order to help support that, we need people to get out there and donate blood. And especially if you're an O negative, donate as often as you possibly can. And call us at 622-3544 for more info. But today we're out at the Walmart at Wedgwood Road.
All right. Well, thank you for what you do. Thank you for pointing out that my taste in logos is because I'm an old guy. And
correct.
enjoy your day today. Thank you, Galen, for what you do.
All right. You guys are the best.
Hey, thank you. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
This is the time of year to count our blessings and to give thanks. And at Palm Garden, we're thankful for a lot. We're thankful to work in a place that shows such kindness and caring to people who need our services. We're thankful for the opportunity to learn life stories and celebrate them. Most of all, we're thankful for our precious guests and residents. Unique, different, special, elite. We are Palm Garden.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Florida Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez wrapped up a trade mission to Colombia yesterday with a delegation that included 19 Florida companies hoping to expand trade with the South American country. 2 motorcycle gang members have been sentenced in Tampa federal court to life in prison for killing the president of a rival gang. Retired volunteer district chief Mike Connolly has died. Connolly worked with Marion County Fire Rescue for almost 3 decades. Connolly was 89 years old. A 29-year-old Lake County sex offender remains behind bars after he was accused of sending lewd videos of himself to underage girls on Snapchat. Radar has located 145 graves on the ground of a high school in the Tampa Bay area. A 34-year-old Florida man is accused of fatally beating his uncle's dog with a shovel and then tossing the dog into a canal. And Disney World is inviting the public to come see their holiday-themed gingerbread houses on display at their hotels and resorts. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Thursday will be a nice day with sunshine mixed with clouds at times, the high between 74 and 78. Then mainly clear and comfortable Thursday night, lows ranging from 51 in the coldest inland spots to about 61 along the coast. Friday will be pleasant with sunshine and some clouds, high 75 to 79. And Saturday, partly sunny and warm, the afternoon high between 77 and 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
It's the final liquidation blowout going on now at the Cyrus Rug Gallery in downtown Ocala. After 35 years, Cyrus is retiring and everything must go. Save 60 to 70% on every rug in stock, and we have thousands to choose from. Full room rugs, runners, rounds, we have them. Come by early for the best selection because when they're gone forever. The Cyrus Rug Gallery liquidation sale going on now where you'll save 60 to 70% on every rug in stock. For more information, call them at 629-3200. That's 629-3200.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen.